Rice lager. Rice lager. What the hell is a rice lager? All the coolest kids are making it. And I wanted to know how. So I started doing some research. Went out on the interweb. Found me some... I did a deep dive. I went, wait. Well, I didn't really go all that deep. I watched 2 YouTube videos. And I looked at a couple web pages. So I'm going to make me a rice lager. So I got on Brewfather. Copied the recipe. Changed it up a little bit. Put some of my own twist into it. Alright, I stole it. But I did change a little bit because I had to, I didn't have no sriracha ace. So I had to use another hop. It'll be in the recipe. But anyways, getting right to it here. Right after the intro, I'm going to do a grain to glass. So I'm going to show you how I brewed the beer. And then clear at the end, I'm going to taste it and tell you what I think about it. Welcome Papa's Happy Place. For my rice lager, I wanted a nice crisp finish. And I wanted something that was easy drinking. I didn't want to go too high on alcohol, so I went with like a international pale lager. That's the style I went with. ABVs 4.5 to 6, somewhere in there. I got a little high on that, just because I got some more fermentables, but it turned out really good. To start with, let's talk about the water. To get that crispy finish that I wanted, I had to go with American Light Lager, was the style I was going for. And to do that, I adjusted my reverse osmosis with 57 grams of calcium, 0 magnesium, 0 niacin, 86 on my chlorides, and 22 on my sulfites. Didn't have any bicarbonate. For a total on that water that I adjusted, I had 9.22 total water volume. Started with 4.92 strike water, and the rest of it I came up with sparge water. And I just sparged over the top of I was using a cooler on this one. To start with, I brought my rice up to a boil, my 3 pounds of rice. I put 4.5 gallons of rice because I wanted this kind of soupy. I wanted to get that mixture nice and homogenized. And I brought it up to a boil, let it just at a kind of a simmering boil for about 45 minutes. I did it a long time, but I wanted to convert as much of those starches to sugar as I could. I brought my strike water up to 162.5, which is 72.5 Celsius. And for a mash temperature with my grains, I was trying to get to 146, which is 63.3 Celsius. And I had that for 60 minutes. I held a 60-minute mash. And my mash out, 15 minutes, 169 Fahrenheit, or 76.1 Celsius. Then I went into my boil, pulled my grains, rinsed them real good, sparged really good, and then I went into a boil. Did a 60-minute boil. My 60-minute addition on the boil, I had 9 grams of Azaka, which created 7.1 IBUs. You're going to have to get with your software and work your software. I ended up with 7.1 IBUs. At my 0-minute addition, I did 21.3 grams of Australian Galaxy. I didn't have no Sriracha Ace at the time. There was a shipping error, so I ended up using something citrusy, which kind of was reminiscent of that Sriracha Ace, for a total of 24.6 IBUs. For fermentation on this one, I used Fermentis 3470. Pretty fast acting lager yeast. I didn't lager this one. It should have been probably, if I used the lager yeast, I could have probably spent a long time fermenting it. It probably turned out to be a different beer. But I did a fast ferment on it. 5 days, 78 degrees. Kicked it up a couple degrees for my diacetyl rest. Did 3 days there. Then I cold crashed it. Hey team, today we're going to be talking about my rice lager. Now, what is a rice lager? A rice lager is a lager that's got an adjunct of rice, and they're very popular amongst a lot of different cultures. But the adjunct of the rice is used in America, Mexico, the Orient, different places. The one thing about the lagers is they're very crisp, very clean, not a lot of phenolic taste, not a lot of flavors. So that's what you want with the lager. You want that just clean tasting, just a beer. Okay? And that's the style. So that's what we're going for. To get the best taste for that style of beer, I decided to go with the Pilsner glass. First off, it's a tall glass. I've got a heavy bottom on it to help keep it cold. These want to be served cold. They want to be served in about 35, 37 degrees. You don't want these hot. You don't want these warm. These are very cold served beer because you don't want those aromas and flavors escaping because of the temperature. But I picked a Pilsner. I'll be able to, because of appearance, I'll be able to see those bubbles floating up through there and all the things that are going to happen in the glass. Be able to notice my foam, see what kind of foam I've got. It's going to hold the aromas right inside the glass. So again, a little bit of a tight opening up top, not big wide opening, tight opening. Focus those aromas. So that's where I'm going with this glass. Okay, appearance. It's just very slightly hazy, which this has been in the keg for 8 weeks. Maybe could have used a little bit of findings in this one to get it just crystal clear. That's a nice beer. Color's kind of a straw, maybe to a honey, somewhere in there. Nice looking beer. Got some little bit of condensation on the glass. But nice looking beer. Looks like what a beer should look like, right? Okay. Beers are supposed to be that color. And so appearance is there. Let's look at smell. A little sweet, kind of an off flavor. You know, I'm not good with smells. I don't know about this shit. What I do know, smells just a little sweet. Not so much. Maybe the rice is in there, I'm not sure, but I can smell just a little sweetness. Don't smell like a Budweiser, man. Smell like something else. But it's a nice looking beer. Smells a little sweet. And I can get maybe a little rice. A little floral maybe. I don't know. I'm not one of them guys. You know what? It's a beer. Tastes like a beer. Smells like a beer. It's a beer. Anyways, here. Let's do a mouthfeel. Okay. That's a little fuller than I probably like. I want a crisp. This has got a little something that stays on your tongue. Stays on the back of your throat. It's good, but it's just not what I consider a lager. Okay? So, taste. I'm getting that rice in the taste. It's kind of a different flavor. I'm not used to that. That's new. What the hell's a rice lager? No, that's a rice lager, guys. It's new. It's different. I kind of like it. It tastes good. It's just a little different. I get maybe some of the rice. I don't know if that's hops that I'm getting. I'm getting something. I got a lot more practice to do with this crap. Then I'll get better at the tastings and I'll get better at the... But right now, good beer. Good beer. Right there. I could serve that at the neighborhood barbecue and be like, yeah, that's my beer. That's a good beer. Is it what I want? No, I think I need to improve on it. Again, as home brewers, we should always be improving on stuff. And that, I can crisp it up a little bit by changing my fermentation, or not fermentation, my mash temperature. Get it just a little crisper, changing my water profile. Turn this, have a little bit of that rice in the background, and man, that's going to be something. That's going to be a nice beer when I get done. Couple iterations down the road, we'll get there. But as for right now, Papa's Rising Sun, the rice lager. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I appreciate your spending your time with me and learning a little bit about my rice lager. I'll be doing this one again. It's a work in progress. Remember, like and subscribe. Thank you. Here comes my outro.